Made in Hollywood.
The drama May-December, starring Natalie Portman and Julianne Moore, is made in Hollywood.
And he actually slipped me the script. He was like, he's just, heads up. There's this thing that Natalie Portman just sent me and I want to see if you, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Made in Hollywood.
Also on today's show, Thomasin McKenzie and Anne Hathaway become ensnared in an intoxicating relationship in the psychological thriller Eileen.
When I first read Eileen, the script, I remember thinking this is about someone who's howling in pain without making a sound.
Plus, Joel Kinnaman stars in director John Woo's gritty revenge thriller Silent Night. Zachary Levi lends his voice to the family adventure Teddy's Christmas, and we go behind the screen with the holiday comedy Candy Cane Lane. This week on Made in Hollywood.
Made in Hollywood.
Now available on your home screen. An actress researching a new role invades the perfect suburban life of a family born out of scandal in the drama May-December, starring Natalie Portman and Julianne Moore.
How do you choose your roles?
I want to find a character that's difficult to, on the surface, understand. Were they born or were they made?
Look, this script really made an impression on me immediately. And this from a writer I'd never heard of before, who I knew was an emerging writer, had such a confident sense of how to navigate very, very tricky and disquieting content.
I had dreamed of working with Todd. I've admired his films for so long, and particularly his collaborations with Julie. I mean, Safe is one of the all-time greatest movies for me and all-time greatest performances. I had sent him a few things over the years that he wasn't interested in doing. And so when I got this, I was like, let me try again. And this was just the lucky one. I was really blown away when it did.
And he actually slipped me the script. He was like, heads up. There's this thing that Natalie Portman just sent me and I want to see if you, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
When they sent me the script, I thought, here is a woman with a lot more to her than I remember from the tabloids.
What would make a 36-year-old woman have an affair with a 7th grader?
Point of view is so important because you realize that's where stories are told. There is no, as an actor, you're coming from the inside, but you also have to be aware of what story the director is telling. So there's this kind of dual focus.
It gives you an awareness of the layers of performance, like who you are in real life, who you are to other people, how people see you, your awareness of how they see you, how you want them to see you, how you want them to see your character, and then there's all of these levels of how you perform for other people.
They are beyond just the legends of who they are, just the human beings, how kind and generous and warm they were. They really encouraged me and kind of were just the best collaborators on set.
Why would you want to play someone who you think is a bad person?
It's the moral gray areas that are interesting.
She's getting on my last nerve. She's just everywhere I look.
Well, pairing her with Natalie was such an amazing thrill. The very promise of putting these two women at such peak times of their relative careers. And the two characters have a dynamic and disturbing and power-wielding interplay.
I think that he gives you so much shape when you're working. There's so much construction around everything. You always know what the context is. He tells the story with the way that he shoots you, with the way you're framed, and with all of his references, and how he casts around you. I mean, he does a lot of the work for you. And in this case, I think we were both really, really excited to tell this story about these very strong women.
You're crazy.
A father's vengeance-fueled mission gets an injection from legendary director John Woo's signature style as Joel Kinnaman stars in the dialogue-free thriller Silent Night.
It was surprisingly demanding. I really did not expect how much more demanding it actually was. When the only modality I have to tell the story is through my eyes, and the only way that they do that is if I'm 100% emotionally engaged and present in each scene.
Well, I need to change my style. The story was about an ordinary man when for taking revenge for the loss of his son. I think since we have no dialogue, it will make the audience more focused on the actor's face, and especially their eyes, make the audience so involved with the character.
He's in such a state in every scene in this film. It really demanded for me to be there. It's really a tragedy. It's a man that loses his son, and his son is the light of his life. It's a love that he's never felt before, and this gets taken away from him, and he just loses his connection with love.
When I met him, he just looked like a ordinary man. That's what we need for the character.
The only thing that he can connect to is this obsession of making the people who took this away from him pay. And the tragedy is that, you go down that path like he does, you ultimately lose your humanity.
Coming up, Anne Hathaway and Thomasin McKenzie star in the mystery thriller Eileen. To find out where to watch any movie, check out MoviePhone.com. Find it, watch it.
When I first read Eileen, the script, I remember thinking this is about someone who's howling in pain without making a sound.
Made in Hollywood. Made in Hollywood.
An exhilarating new relationship takes a dark and sinister turn as Thomasin McKenzie and Anne Hathaway star in the psychological thriller Eileen.
Listen up. This young lady is our new prison psychologist. She may be easy on the eyes, but I assure you, she is very smart.
I'm Rebecca.
I know. My thoughts when I first received the script was kind of like, what is this? It's its own kind of film. It's not really something that you can categorize. And I was curious, just kind of curious about where it was going to go.
When I first read Eileen, the script, I remember thinking this is about someone who's howling in pain without making a sound.
I knew that I was writing a novel, but I knew that I was writing a novel that took a lot from cinema. And partly that's in the genre of the noir, and also in the way that it kind of puts one character really up close and personal.
Nasty habit. That's why I like it. I live a little differently than most people. They're probably scared of you.
We started with the book actually all together, and I felt very privileged to be part of the development of the idea because I got to see them work.
It was a joint effort in collaborating around a character that was someone that we knew from the book as a character that thinks and feels a lot, but we needed to figure out together how that would come across on screen.
It was just really fun to take what's a first-person narrative that heavily relies on the interiority of the character and to make it third person and really up the dramatic elements of the plot and story.
Prison is no place for a young lady. You got a big life ahead of you, I'm sure.
I'm just kind of average, I think.
You really think you're a normal person? I bet you have brilliant dreams.
I can honestly, hand on heart, say that we got our first choice actors for these two roles. And it's only because we had such a fantastic script, I think, that they would agree to do it.
I was really drawn in by the character Eileen and by the opportunity to kind of delve deep into her psyche and to work with such incredible creatives as well.
Otessa and Luke, any questions? Everything was a very, very open process. But I didn't have that many questions because I felt like it was this fantastic puzzle.
I have my own ideas.
Kind ideas.
You can never tell anyone, do you understand? Promise me.
Okay. She's like grown up with very few positive influences in her life. She's lost her mum, her sister's abandoned her, her dad isn't a particularly nice person to be around. She's very isolated and has very little hope around her.
My character is meant to show Eileen who she could be. She's meant to be someone, she's meant to kind of be this jolt of energy and this dash of hope. But when you're in a landscape that is so scarce of hope, you wind up maybe putting your faith in the wrong person.
The only way out's for someone to die.
To find out where to watch any movie, check out Moviephone.com. Find it, watch it. Up next, the family adventure Teddy's Christmas features the voice of Zachary Levi, and we also go behind the screen with the holiday comedy Candy Cane Lane.
Initial hope is, I hope this blesses people. I hope that this brings joy, love, peace, hope.
Made in Hollywood. Made in Hollywood.
Featuring the voice of Zachary Levi, a stuffed bear embarks on a heartwarming journey to reconnect with an 8-year-old girl in the holiday adventure Teddy's Christmas.
The Christmas Wheel of Fortune is about to spin. Step right up. Test your luck.
I think she saw you. What? Well, I got involved because they came with an offer. They said, hey, you know, we made this delightful little movie, Teddy's Christmas, in a very different language, and we'd like to bring it to the American market. And we think Zach would be the, you know, perfect American English voice to be Teddy.
This teddy bear is the sweetest one in the whole world. He's alive. 1 ticket. Where's the teddy bear?
I'd never voiced a teddy bear before. I mean, come on, you gotta do that once in your life. But also, I had never dubbed anything. I had been dubbed. I had been a dubbee, but I was never the dubber.
Hello? Is anyone here?
Cuddle, cuddle, cuddle. Excuse me, my name is Bola.
Teddy?
That is definitely Teddy in there. I have to go in and get him.
Well, the voice was me, basically. I do all kinds of different voices and dialects and accents and stuff, but I don't get hired for that as much. I think part of it also is getting hired. I think in part was they're looking for an actor of some repute, of some name or marquee value, because they're bringing this movie over. So in that case, they're banking on your voice because nobody can see your face. So if I change my voice too much, then it's like, why did we hire that guy? We didn't need that guy. We could go get somebody else.
That is pretty darn high.
Nah, this'll be a piece of cake, easy peasy. Okay, you go first.
All right.
Every time I take on a job, anytime I go do a movie or a TV show or whatever it is that I'm doing, my initial hope is, I hope this blesses people. I hope that this brings joy, love, peace, hope. Beyond that, you know, with something that, particularly a holiday movie, yeah, man, holiday movies are, you know, they more than any other season or other holiday, Christmas holiday movies have a season. Like, it's, you know, and they come through and they're on, and people, and you want to watch them because they keep you in that same festive, you know, Christmassy, holiday-y kind of vibe, which is it's the best part of the holidays. I hope that this is one of those things too.
Now available on your home screen. Enchanted into making a deal with a mischievous elf, Eddie Murphy races against the clock to save Christmas in the holiday adventure Candy Cane Lane.
It's magic! It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas!
High stakes as neighbors compete for best decorated house on the block.
I think this is the house to beat.
My parents live in El Segundo, California, up the street from Candy Cane Lane. My dad is constantly making things, train sets, carving things. So when they first moved to El Segundo, he went all in on decorating in the front yard.
I need your brackets to mount a reindeer.
What? Why are you like this?
And so there was this sort of fun underbelly of a little competition, all about the neighborhood. So that's kind of where the idea came from, was leaning into, where I sort of grew up and what I knew.
Wow. What's your Christmas wish?
I just want to win this thing. I'll take it.
When I first read Kelly Younger's script, I loved it. And my only real note was, as crazy as this is, we don't go far enough. So I said, let's make it even crazier.
When I interview, I research and pull a ton of images. And a bunch of those images, when I laid them out in front of Reggie, our director, it was this amazing back and forth, even in the interview, where every idea would just get elevated and elevated.
Whenever you make a Christmas movie, there's certain expectations. So you've got to have great Christmas music. You've got to have a real emotional impact on people, and you've got to have amazing decorations.
We go back and forth, and everything became, oh yeah, well, we'll just put a surfboard on the roof. No, Santa's got to surf. No, we need a car on the roof. We need a shark.
And it got to the point where occasionally one of the producers would see me and Reggie off talking in the corner, and they come over and go, nope, stop it. We don't have the budget. Whatever you're talking about, we can't do it. And we're like, okay. And then Reggie look at me and go, we'll do it. We'll make it happen.
Signature, please. Ignore all the fine print. It's like you're signing your life away. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Oh, it will be.
Eddie was perfect for this because he's a family man. He's like the rest of us. He's decorating the house and making sure that all the family have great presents. So we were both very much in the same mindset of, we love Christmas movies. Here's our contribution.
And so to me, the most meaningful moments are those more quieter moments that he spends with his family, with real problems, real issues, all the stress and the chaos that we all deal with around the holidays. So that was really wonderful to see the range that he brought to this character as well.
Hold up, that was your wish? Not I don't know, world peace?
End hunger.
And homelessness?
Stop climate change.
Save the polar bears?
New Drake album.
Oh.
I love Drake.
Point taken.
Stay tuned, there's more coming up on Made in Hollywood.
Made in Hollywood.
Thanks for watching Made in Hollywood, powered by MoviePhone. For more behind-the-screen content, check out MoviePhone.com.